2024 gave us some of the craziest animal encounters you'll ever hear. One involves a reticulated python, one involves a mountain lion, and the other one, I'm going to keep it a secret because it's something that you're never going to expect. And today, I'm going to break down all three of these stories. Nature is random and chaotic. Well, might as well start out with a surprise one. Our first story takes place in October 2024, and we are going to Masakut Island in Indonesia. It's a paradise for surfers. And that's exactly why Giulia Manfrini was there. She's 36 years old, an experienced surfer from Italy, and a well-known figure among the surfing world. She's traveled to over 45 different countries, she speaks 6 languages, and even co-founded a travel company. She seems pretty awesome. On this day, she was surfing at Bang Bang Beach. It is a beautiful beach and one of the most popular spots on the island. But as she was catching waves, something completely unbelievable happened. A fish jumps out of the water and strikes her in the chest. No, this wasn't some big swordfish or barracuda. It was a needlefish. Needlefish are long, slender fish with sharp, pointed beaks, kind of like a miniature swordfish in some ways. They're usually harmless, but there's one thing. They can launch themselves out of the water at speeds up to 37 miles per hour. Here's a video to show you kind of what I mean. So you can kind of see how this could happen. There are many needlefish species, but the one that struck her was about 1 to 2 feet long and only weighed like a pound or 2. This was a total freak accident. Wrong place, wrong time, wrong fish jumping out, and just happened to hit her right in the chest while she was surfing. This is the best illustration I can get for you. After it happened, her fellow surfers got her to a local health center as quickly as they could. But despite their efforts, the injury was too severe. After her passing, it was a huge loss in the surfing community. And it really goes to show you that you don't need a shark or a venomous jellyfish. There is danger all over the ocean. Sometimes even the smaller, thinner animals can be unpredictable. And this is not the first time a needlefish has struck someone by leaping out of the water. I remember covering a story on the podcast where one leaped out, got a guy in the neck. He ultimately survived though. Nonetheless, it is a tragic story. Our next story takes place in September 2024 in Samut Prakan. It is a province just south of Bangkok in Thailand. Here we meet a 61-year-old woman, and she is going about her normal day, doing some chores around the house, cleaning up, washing dishes, when all of a sudden she felt a sharp pain in her leg. Well, she looks down and sees something you would not expect. What she sees is a 13 to 16 foot long reticulated python. These aren't just any pythons. Reticulated pythons are considered to be the longest snake in the world. After the snake bites her on the leg, it starts coiling around her. This python wrapped around her legs and her torso, tightening in grip. She struggled and tried to remove it, but it was just too strong. She then lost her balance and fell to the floor and could not get free. She also couldn't call for help right away. Pressure of the python wrapping around her made it so she couldn't be heard. And this went on for 90 minutes. 90 minutes. A 61-year-old woman from Thailand fought off a big python for 90 minutes. That's pretty badass. Finally, a neighbor came by and heard the struggle and called for help. When rescuers arrived, they had to carefully pry the snake's mouth open using a crowbar to get it off of her. The whole ordeal lasted over 2 hours. Somehow, though, she made it out alive. She was taken to the hospital and treated and was able to recover. But the craziest part, and my favorite part of the story, while everyone was focused on helping this woman, putting her in the ambulance and everything, the python escaped. This big python just slithered away and nobody was able to find it. This python just pulled a Houdini on all these people. And as far as we know, it was never caught. However, they do have these posters just in case you're there and maybe you've seen it. Well, before the last story, we're going to take it to this handsome man, my co-host on the podcast. This is Dave, everyone, and he's going to tell us about our sponsor today.
The sky can be a wonderful place, but for this man, the sweltering heat can be unbearable. But lo and behold, a friendly cloud has come here to blot away the sun. This provides shelter for the man as he continues on his daily work. But not every cloud is friendly. Here comes an angry one. When one sees an angry cloud, he should run away. But this person will learn the hard way.
Wow, well, thank you, Dave. And thank you, Clouds. Now, this next story is a more tragic one. And we go to March 2024, and we are going to Georgetown, California, about 60 miles north of Sacramento. And we are going to meet two brothers who have a terrifying encounter with a mountain lion. We meet Talon Brooks, he's 21, and his younger brother Wyatt, who's 18. They are out in the wilderness shed hunting. Shed hunting is where you go out looking for antlers that naturally fell off of deer. But instead of antlers, they came face to face with a mountain lion. Now, they did exactly what they should do when you come across an animal like this. You want to get big. You want to get loud. You do that in order to try to scare this animal and make it run off. But this mountain lion was not backing down. I imagine it looked something like this. Or this. Probably not this. So the mountain lion approached Wyatt, making contact and pulling him to the ground, attacking. That's when big brother Talon came in. Without hesitation, he jumped on it to save his little brother. He grabbed the cougar, fought it off his brother, and ultimately saved his little brother's life. However, now the cougar turns his attention to Talon. They had a violent struggle, and during the struggle, Wyatt managed to run away and get some help. He called in for help, authorities found him, and then he took the authorities back to the scene. However, when they arrived, it was too late. Wildlife officials later located the mountain lion and removed it from the area, we'll say that. But no one knows why it attacked. It wasn't sick. It wasn't underweight or injured. Now, mountain lion attacks on people are very rare. This is just one of those times where it happened. We don't really know why. Friends and family later praised Talon for his heroic act in saving his brother, because without him, it's likely his younger brother would not have survived. It is a tragic story, but this was also a true act of heroism on Big Brother's part. And there you have it. Those were 3 of the wildest animal encounters from 2024. Which one shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love nature, animals, animal stories, animal attack stories, check out Force of Nature podcast, where we go even more in depth in unbelievable animal stories. Seriously, we have over 130 episodes. Go check it out. Find it anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, anywhere. Of course, like and subscribe, because trust me, I have so much content to cover on our new YouTube show. What kind of content do you want? Let us know. That's going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching.